Welcome to the channel. Today we will explore a shocking news that is shaking up the British royal family. Prince William is said to have officially removed King Charles and assumed the title of Supreme Leader, while Princess Anne suddenly revealed the king's emotional last wish. Is this true? What is going on behind the doors of Buckingham Palace? Watch the video to find out the whole shocking story. Who do you think is worthy of the British throne? If it's Prince William, comment number 1. If you still support King Charles, comment number 0. Enjoy the video and don't forget to leave a sub to support the channel, so that I have the motivation to create more interesting content. All eyes turned to Princess Anne. In her hand was a handwritten letter clearly well kept. It bore the royal seal, a sign that it had come from King Charles himself. A wave of emotion rippled through the room. William stood, his eyes fixed on his sister. Harry, who had kept his distance in recent events, was as solemn as ever. Anne paused, took a deep breath, and opened the letter with slightly trembling fingers. No one dared to breathe. This was more than a last wish. It could be the final legacy of a king, a father, and an icon. Princess Anne's voice rang out soft but powerful. These are his last words. She read each line clearly without rushing, letting each word sink into the hearts of everyone present. In the letter, King Charles expressed his wish to see a united Britain no longer divided by rank or past. But what surprised everyone was the last part. He mentioned William and Harry by name, hoping that the two children would together uphold the royal honor not with the crown, but with love. The whole room fell silent. William clasped his hands while Harry bowed his head. Even without saying it, everyone understood this was the beginning of a new chapter, not just for the royal family, but for the whole of Britain. Anne paused as if to let the words sink into the hearts of those standing around her. The family is the pillar of the kingdom, she continued, and if that pillar is strong, England will never be shaken. These words were not just the legacy of a king, but the message of a father, a brother, a symbol of unity. William bowed his head, his eyes filled with tears. Harry looked down at his shoes, his face thoughtful. Though there had been many rifts over the years now, the father's message seemed to have the power to pull them together, if only for a moment. Princess Anne continued reading each word, heavy with emotion. A title does not make a king. It is kindness, sacrifice, and love that make a true leader. Those in the room, Camilla, Kate, even the long-time loyal servants could not hide their emotions. The letter was not just a testament to the throne, but a reminder of the great responsibility that comes with power. William, accustomed to the role of heir, now found himself facing a test not just of his title, but of his character and heart. As Anne folded the letter, no one spoke. They didn't need to. The look between the royals was one of understanding and unspoken commitment. It was a rare moment when the past, present, and future of the British royal family were joined together in a single thread. There were no gaps, no arguments, no doubts, just a silent agreement they would move forward together as King Charles had wished. Anne looked at William, nodding. No words were needed. Everyone understood the moment of transition had come, and a new chapter of the royal family was beginning. Anne looked around the room one last time. Each face there wore a different expression. Sadness, reflection, but above all, respect. The letter had become a poignant reminder that, although they were members of one of the most famous families in the world, they were still only human, in need of affection, in need of connection, in need of each other. By choosing to send this message through Anne King, Charles had shown that he was thinking not only of the throne, but also of the emotional future and harmony of his family. William stepped toward Anne. They did not speak, but the look they exchanged spoke louder than words. There was an invisible transfer of power, not of political power, but of moral responsibility. William knew that all eyes, not just in this room, but across England, were on him. But instead of feeling burdened, he now felt empowered. The support his father's letter had called for was beginning to take shape not in empty promises, but in weighty silence. Footsteps echoed softly down the long corridors of Buckingham Palace. The royals left the room one by one, carrying a fragment of that letter in their hearts. It was not just a farewell, but a guide, a map to future engagement. What had just happened was not for public consumption. No newspaper headline or media photograph could capture the true nature of the moment. It was a profound, silent transformation, but one with lasting resonance. And then, for a brief but meaningful moment, William turned to Harry. No one knew exactly what was exchanged in that slight nod, but many sensed a glimmer of hope. Could this be the beginning of a reconciliation? A first step, however small, built on the will and love of the father they had just lost. King Charles's letter was more than just his final wish. It awakened something deeper in everyone's hearts, a yearning for love, for forgiveness, for unity. A new chapter was being written, and this time they would all take up the pen together. Princess Anne was not a front-page figure, but she was a quiet pillar of strength that the royal family could always rely on. For decades, Anne demonstrated an unwavering devotion to duty to the royal family and to the country itself. She did not make loud announcements or flashy photo shoots, choosing to work quietly, letting her results speak for themselves. And so King Charles believed that if anyone could deliver his message with honesty, simplicity, and depth, it would be Anne. As Charles wrote the final lines of his letter, he knew that it was not just a personal statement, but a bridge between the past and the future of the royal family. And Anne, with her ability to bridge generations, was the perfect person to deliver that message. Untouched by politics or public opinion, she was the embodiment of balance and reason. Charles's choice of his sister over any political advisor or even his wife Camilla was a decision that was implicit. The message was not for Parliament, but for the heart of the family. Anne's presence at that momentous moment was a reminder that greatness doesn't always come with fanfare. When she read Charles's letters, she delivered more than just words. She delivered his spirit, his feelings, his legacy. It was traditional, but not old-fashioned. It was dignified, but not distant. That's why even though she didn't say much, Anne made everyone listen. She didn't represent power, but stability, something Charles longed for in his own royal family after he was gone. Whose side do you think Princess Anne is on in this dramatic story? If you think she's for William, leave a comment of 2. If you think she's still loyal to King Charles, leave a comment of 5. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next developments of the British royal family. In the hours that followed, as the room emptied, the echoes of the letter continued to resonate. Each member of the royal family had their own thoughts, but they all felt one thing: Charles had laid the foundation for a new beginning. And it was Anne, a woman of few words but profound insight, who became the key to unlocking that door. With calmness and honesty, she turned a letter into a bond, not just between the members of the room, but between generations, between tradition and the future. And so on a day that seemed destined for mourning, the British royal family found something more precious, a will passed on a promise rekindled. Thanks to Anne Charles's final words were not forgotten, but lived on in the way they acted, decided, and cared for each other. Not the throne, not the ceremony, it was that message that was the king's greatest legacy. As the afternoon light fell through the windows of Buckingham Palace, it became clear to everyone a new era had begun, and this time it was built on trust, loyalty, and deep family love. From an early age, Anne stood out as unconventional. At just 19, she accompanied Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip on an official tour of Australia and New Zealand, where she demonstrated a strong work ethic. The trip was not just for fun, but for official duties, and her life as a royal began. Anne appeared in public only when necessary, seeking neither fame nor glamour, but instead devoted herself to serving others. She approached all her roles with the same seriousness and commitment. Anne never let the royal lifestyle distract her. During the 1970s and her 20s, she became one of the most active members of the royal family. She was so busy that she attended over 500 official events a year. Some have questioned whether the royal family works hard enough to deserve their position, but Anne's work ethic is undeniable. She works tirelessly, travels widely, and interacts with many individuals, always remaining polite and focused. Her involvement in charity work became an important aspect of her life. In 1970, she became the chairperson of Save the Children UK. She not only posed for photographs, but also actively worked to meet children, visit areas affected by the crisis, and raise awareness of children in need. She served in this position for nearly 5 decades, showing incredible loyalty. It was more than just a job for her. It was a heartfelt mission. Her dedication helped portray the royal family as compassionate and caring rather than formal and aloof. Anne remained committed over the years. While her brothers made headlines for their personal problems and remained calm and avoided scandal, she did not seek approval. She just wanted to do the right thing. This approach won her admiration and respect. Her honesty and trustworthiness were not overlooked. When Queen Elizabeth died in 2022, Anne wasted no time in demonstrating her loyalty to her brother King Charles. She understood her responsibilities and assumed her role without hesitation. At his coronation in 2023, Anne was appointed Gold Stick in Waiting 418 to 428, a prestigious position that made her the king's personal guard. Leading a massive military parade of 6,000 individuals on horseback, Anne not only showed symbolism, but also demonstrated the king's trust in her and her strong ties to royal customs. That same year, she was appointed as a state counselor, which allowed her to assist the king with his responsibilities when he was not present. This included signing important documents and attending important meetings. Princess Anne's unwavering dedication has made her a symbol of stability and resilience in the eyes of the public. While other royals often attract attention through controversy or media appearances, Anne has quietly built her reputation through action and dedication. In more than 50 years of public service, she has never sought fame or praise. It is this quietness combined with undeniable efficiency that has made Anne one of the most respected members of the modern royal family. "2024 is a testament to her unwavering spirit. As other members of the royal family step back from public life due to age or personal circumstances, Anne continues to keep a busy schedule. She not only makes appearances, but also travels to far-flung, often forgotten places like small islands or minority communities. In those places, the presence of a royal is not only symbolic, but also uplifting and a sense of belonging. She doesn't come to perform duties, she comes to connect. Remarkably, even in her 70s, Princess Anne shows no signs of fatigue or diminished responsibility. Her trips abroad are not just a formality, but also a reflection of the delicate diplomatic role she plays. From Sri Lanka to Guernsey, Anne represents more than just the royal family. She represents the history, loyalty, and enduring commitment of the United Kingdom to its international partners. She is a messenger of stability, especially as Britain experiences political and social upheaval. An important part of Anne's legacy was her strong ties to the military. In addition to holding honorary titles, she was a regular at memorial events meeting with veterans and their families. Anne didn't just stand behind a ceremonial fence, she stepped over it to listen to each person's story. They saw her not just as a princess, but as an understanding and empathetic companion. In a world of clichés, Anne stood out for her sincerity. Outside of her royal duties, Anne is known for her humanitarian work, especially her concern for the less visible in society. The Carers Trust, which she has been patron of since 1991, is a clear example of this. Rather than choosing areas that attract the media's attention, she chooses to stand with those who make the silent sacrifices every day to care for their loved ones. It is thanks to Anne's long-standing patronage that thousands of unpaid carers have been supported, given a voice and a place in the system. For them, Anne is more than just a carer, she is their voice. And of course, there is the passion for horses, an integral part of Princess Anne's life. When she competed at the Montreal Olympics in 1976, she not only made history, but also inspired millions. The athleticism, discipline, and perseverance from her equestrian days became the foundation for how she lived and served the public. Throughout her royal career, Anne maintained a calm demeanor, but never backed down from a challenge, just as she rode through obstacles not for the audience, but out of respect for the journey itself. It's not just for show, it's the result of real talent and hard work. Following in her mother's footsteps, her daughter Zara has also taken up the sport, keeping the family tradition going. Anne has strong opinions about the future of the royal family. She supports King Charles's idea of keeping the family small and down to earth, but she warns against going too far. Princess Anne's quiet guidance to William was not just advice, but a living example. In every public appearance, Anne provided lessons in duty, devotion, and humility. William looked to her not as an aunt, but as a true mentor, one who had gone before him and understood the pressures and expectations of royal life. Their respect came not from titles, but from trust, quiet learning over time, and consistent actions that never required public praise. At a time when the monarchy is facing much skepticism, the stability that Princess Anne provided is exactly what helped Prince William find a solid foundation to build on as he prepared for his future role. The values she instilled, resilience, discretion, service, are now ingrained in William's public appearances. As he steps into his new role, Anne's steady presence in the background serves as a mirror of what is right, what is enduring, and what is worthy of being carried forward. And indeed, William is no longer the youthful prince he was 2 decades ago. Through family tragedy, media turmoil, and the transition from his parents, William has grown up. With Catherine by his side, he has become the face of a modern royal family, one that is both traditional and adaptable. In recent years, he has taken on more important roles in his father's life, from diplomacy to public life, demonstrating that he is not just a nominal heir, but a leader who is coming into his own. Born into the public eye, William grew up surrounded by expectations and cameras. But what sets him apart is how he has learned from the past and shaped the future in a more humane way. Rather than simply playing a symbolic role, William has shown genuine concern for social issues, mental health, homelessness, and especially youth. He understands that the role of a royal today is no longer just about cutting ribbons, but about making a meaningful and lasting impact. And it is these values that Princess Anne has quietly embraced. With Anne's guidance, the support of his family, and the legacy of King Charles, Prince William is now walking the path to the throne, not just in name, but in spirit and character. Behind each step is a generation that has weathered storms, and a legacy built not on power, but on trust. As the moment of transition approaches, William is more than just a vision of a future king. He is the embodiment of continuity, growing from prince to leader. Since then, the world has been closely watching his every move. Even as a child, he was seen as destined for a special future that would eventually lead him to the crown. When William was a child, his life was unusual compared to others. However, his mother, Princess Diana, wanted him and his younger brother, Harry, to have a normal childhood. She took them to places like fast food restaurants, amusement parks, shelters, and hospitals, places that royals would not normally visit. These outings were not only for entertainment, but also to show her sons how other people lived, teaching them about kindness, empathy, and connecting with the real world. This experience helped William develop a deeper understanding of life beyond the confines of the palace. Despite his growing-up duties, William remained a playful and curious boy who loved being outdoors. He had a lot of energy and loved to explore. His curiosity sometimes led to mischief, but that was all part of his charm. William was affectionately known to his close family as Wombat from his mother and Willie from his younger brother Harry. Despite his royal title, William was a devoted son and brother who cared deeply for his family. His quiet, thoughtful, and mature personality became more evident as he grew older, especially during his years at boarding school, where many noted that he conducted himself with rare poise and dignity. Princess Diana, his beloved mother, always relied on William as a moral support. She once called him her little sage, demonstrating wisdom and insight from a very young age. His first official public appearance was at the age of 9 at a church in Wales, marking the beginning of his journey to royal responsibilities. William accompanied his parents and younger brother on many trips, including a visit to Canada, where he learned more about the role of a future king. However, life was not always smooth for the young prince. In 1996, his parents officially divorced, and just a year later, a great tragedy occurred. Princess Diana died in a tragic car accident in Paris on August 31, 1997. William was 15 at the time and was at Balmoral Castle in Scotland with Harry and his father. The news devastated all three of them. On September 6th of that year, the image of William and Harry walking behind their mother's coffin at the funeral touched the hearts of millions around the world. The moment not only symbolized loss, but also marked a sad turning point in their childhood, forcing the two boys to grow up much faster. After his tragic loss, William continued his education at Eton College, a prestigious school different from the ones his father and grandfather had attended. There, he studied geography, biology, and art history, and was active in sports such as rowing and water polo. These years of study and training were an important foundation for William to prepare for his future as king and the great responsibility that awaited him. Despite trying to fit in like a normal student, Prince William was always in the media spotlight, and cameras followed his every move. After graduating, he took a year off to travel, explore the world, and undergo military training. During this time, William also volunteered with charities in Chile and made a memorable trip to Africa. These real-life experiences not only broadened his horizons, but also gave him a deeper understanding of the diverse cultures and lives of the world. In 2001, William enrolled at the University of St. Andrews in Scotland, where he began to live away from his family and enjoy greater independence. It was there that he met Catherine Middleton, a fellow student. Initially, they were just close friends, but over time their relationship developed into a deep love. William's meeting and love for Catherine marked an important turning point, opening a new and promising chapter in the young prince's life. Eventually, Prince William and Catherine were officially married, marking a major turning point when Catherine became a princess and William was given the title of Prince of Wales. After graduating from university, William began his military service with serious determination. In 2006, he enrolled at the Royal Military Academy Sandhurst, and after training was appointed as a second lieutenant. Not stopping there, William continued to train as a helicopter pilot in the Royal Air Force. By 2008, he had become a fully licensed pilot, and in 2009, he actively participated as a co-pilot in search and rescue operations. While stationed at RAF Valley, Wales, William carried out more than 150 rescue missions, playing a vital role in many emergency situations. William's real-life experiences in rescue work taught him valuable lessons about courage, teamwork, and resilience in the face of challenges. These not only shaped him as a person, but also trained him to become a strong leader. Along with his military career, William also took on many royal responsibilities when he was appointed as a state councillor at the age of 21, performing official duties on behalf of the Queen. William has visited many countries such as New Zealand and Australia, representing the royal family with a humble demeanor and a warm heart. He is known for being a good listener, always showing sincere concern, making those around him feel appreciated and important. In 2010, during a rescue mission near Liverpool, William personally piloted a helicopter to save people, continuing to support emergency operations such as rescuing sailors in the middle of the Irish Sea during a severe storm. In 2012, Prince William spent 6 weeks in the Falkland Islands, continuing to participate in search and rescue operations. Although he retired from active duty in 2013, he has maintained his involvement with the military through memorial services and events honoring veterans. As Queen Elizabeth II ages, William and his wife Catherine have taken on more important royal responsibilities, while his younger brother Prince Harry chose to step back from royal duties in 2020. They began to focus deeply on issues that were important and meaningful to them, such as mental health, children's rights, and environmental protection areas, where they felt they could make a real difference. Their leadership style, both gentle and firm, earned them the respect and admiration of many around the world. The royal couple were seen as a tight-knit and wise team, demonstrating genuine care, patience, and perseverance in all their commitments. It was this unity and dedication that gave them the strength to overcome many challenges and maintain the public's trust. Prince William has spent his entire life preparing for his great role to become King of the United Kingdom. However, he did not rush or force himself to take on this responsibility, but instead spent precious time learning deeply, understanding core values, and dedicating himself to helping others. From the pleasant memories of his childhood to the painful challenges of adulthood, from flying helicopters on emergency rescue missions to comforting and empathizing with those in need, all of these experiences have trained and molded him into a thoughtful, strong, and responsible leader. William was seen not only as a future king, but also as someone who deeply understood people, especially those he would serve. He was always accompanied by Catherine, a wife, who was not only steadfast, compassionate, and graceful, but also performed her role not out of duty, but with joy and passion. The couple presented the world with a modern, friendly, and caring royal image. They were not just television personalities, but also symbols of loyalty, patience, and responsibility. Prince William has increasingly demonstrated his leadership ability not only through his position as the successor, but also through practical and concrete actions in both his private life and public activities. Catherine has also been deeply recognized by the monarchy for her important role in the royal family. Her presence by William's side not only helps him become more complete, but also makes his path to the throne more solid, meaningful, and full of necessary support. From the very beginning, it was clear that William was born into a family with a great destiny, and that he was expected to become the country's next king. Throughout his journey to adulthood, he took on royal responsibilities, regularly attended public events, and always lived by the most rigorous standards. He was the focus of attention and close monitoring by the media and the public, carrying on his shoulders the aspiration not only to succeed, but also to serve the country with dedication, humility, and care, continuing the legacy that previous generations had worked so hard to build. Prince William's life has been a challenging journey, interspersed with moments of happiness and deep sadness, especially after the tragic death of his mother, Princess Diana. This loss left a deep wound in William's soul as a young boy, having to bear the pain of being in the spotlight and being constantly watched by the media and the public. However, under such enormous pressure, William has constantly strived to mature and maintain himself. That perseverance and determination have created a solid foundation for him, helping him step by step prepare to take on great responsibilities in the future. However, his life is not only full of challenges, it becomes more meaningful when he meets a special woman who brings him new peace and joy. That is Catherine Middleton. Kate entered William's life at a very meaningful time when they were both students at the University of St. Andrews in Scotland. At first, they were just classmates, sharing stressful hours of study and relaxing moments, gradually building a friendship based on respect and understanding. Simple meetings, intimate conversations, and overcoming academic challenges together made their relationship increasingly closer. Gradually, from the initial gentle feelings, they realized that there was a special bond between them that was more than just a normal friendship. Their love grew day by day, despite the constant attention from the media and the public. William and Kate's relationship developed slowly, steadily, and deeply, not hastily, but maturely. Together, they went through many challenges, shared joys and sorrows, as well as learned and matured day by day. Their steadfastness and sincerity created a solid love, making many people admire and hope for a bright future. After many years together, William proposed to Kate in an emotional moment, an important turning point, marking the beginning of a new chapter in their lives. not only a love story, but also the union of two people willing to accompany each other on the path of serving the country. On April 29, 2011, their royal wedding took place at Westminster Abbey, London, an event watched and celebrated by millions of people around the world. The wedding was not only a symbol of love and commitment, but also a continuation of royal traditions in a new era. Kate, from an ordinary girl, became an indispensable part of the royal family as a wife, mother, and companion to William. She not only took on her duties with grace and patience, but also brought a new wind to the royal family: sincerity, compassion, and a spirit of service to others. Not only standing in front of the camera with a radiant appearance, Kate always showed genuine concern and sincere interactions with the people she met, which made her a beloved and respected role model in the hearts of the public. William and Kate decided to set up a fund for their wedding gifts after their marriage. Instead of asking for traditional gifts, they asked people to donate to causes they were passionate about. The fund was used to support children, military families, animals, and people with health issues. This gesture demonstrated their desire for their marriage to have a positive impact and their willingness to use their newfound responsibilities for the greater good. Kate quickly became recognized for her charitable efforts. Rather than taking the easy route, she focused on solving important social problems. She has supported initiatives focused on children's mental health, families dealing with addiction, and creative programs that promote healing. Her passion for art history has led her to support organizations that use art to help individuals, especially children. Kate has also developed a love for photography as a storytelling medium. She often captures her children's natural moments of joy in her official photographs, which have touched the hearts of people all over the world. William and Kate worked effectively as a united couple. Initially, they undertook official visits and presented the UK with grace and friendliness. They were not aloof or overly formal, but instead approachable, often greeting others with a smile and a listening ear. Their first major trip after their wedding was to Canada, which drew huge crowds. William and Kate's friendly and close attitude quickly won the hearts of the public. For many, William reminded them of the warm and loving image of his mother, Princess Diana, while Kate attracted everyone's eyes with her natural charm and charm. Over time, Kate became more than just William's life partner, but also began to take on her own responsibilities in royal activities. She gradually showed her confidence and compassion when appearing at events alone, earning the public's love and trust. Kate's first official solo event was a fundraiser for the charity In Kind Direct, followed by an emotional speech at a children's hospice. She spoke with a gentle yet powerful voice, conveying her genuine concern for families and children in need. In addition to her royal duties, Kate and William have built a happy and close-knit family with 3 adorable children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. Despite living in the public eye, their family life remains warm and close. Kate is known as a devoted mother, ensuring her children are raised with love, discipline, and a sense of normalcy despite living in a royal environment. She also works tirelessly in a variety of areas, from sports and children's charities to mental health initiatives and anti-addiction campaigns. Kate plays a key role in raising awareness, breaking down stereotypes, and promoting open conversations about sensitive issues, helping people feel heard and supported. When the COVID-19 pandemic hit in 2020, rather than retreat, William and Kate actively sought to support their communities. They made a series of video calls with healthcare workers, teachers, and families to stay in touch and boost morale. One of the most memorable gestures was a 3-day tour of England, Scotland, and Wales, where they expressed deep gratitude to those working on the front lines. This was not a show of force, but a genuine demonstration of a royal couple who are close to and empathetic to the people. Despite many challenges, criticisms, and pressures, the relationship between William and Kate has grown stronger and stronger. Kate has provided invaluable joy and emotional support to William as he matures and assumes royal responsibilities. Together, the couple has updated and taken on important responsibilities, upholding precious traditions while emphasizing the importance of compassion and connection with the public. Their tireless efforts have contributed to making the monarchy more accessible and relatable to the people. William and Kate's story is not just about royalty or greatness, but also about two people who fell in love, chose to be together, and used their unique positions to make a positive difference in the world. They have shown grace, coordination, and resilience, creating an inspiring journey that continues to grow with each passing day. Their love, deep bond, and shared purpose have helped them overcome all the challenges and difficulties while maintaining authenticity in their royal roles, making them feel closer to the public. In 2013, a very important milestone marked the couple's life when Prince George was born. This event not only brought great joy to William and Catherine, but also lit up the whole country of England. People everywhere welcomed with bright smiles, colorful flags, and bustling festivals to welcome a new royal member. It was not simply the birth of a future king, but also the beginning of a young family full of love and hope. Then Princess Charlotte was born in 2015. And Prince Louis in 2018, each new member joining the family has tightened the family bond while attracting the attention and constant follow-up of the public and media around the world. William and Catherine have always given top priority to the peace and privacy of their children. They have chosen quiet, natural places to live, such as the islands of Anglesey and Norfolk, so that their children can enjoy a normal childhood, freely play, and explore the world around them. Despite their important roles in the royal family, they have tried their best to keep their children's lives simple, away from the noise of the media and public pressure, helping them to have a solid foundation and happiness in a friendly environment. Although they are very careful in maintaining their privacy, the couple still do not hesitate to share with the public their happy, simple family moments through photos on special occasions. These images not only highlight the warmth and authenticity in the daily life of a royal family, but also show that whether they are princes or princesses, their children still have funny bedtime stories, innocent pranks, and loud laughter in the garden. This helps the public feel closer, more familiar, and somewhat understand that despite being at the height of their fame, they are also ordinary people with simple and sacred family affection. William and Catherine continue to carry out their royal duties while consistently demonstrating their kindness and genuine bond. They embarked on a trip to Canada shortly after their marriage in 2011, where they impressed everyone with their easygoing demeanor. During her visit to California, Catherine charmed the public with her charm, marking her first official visit to the United States as a member of the royal family. The following year, William and Catherine embarked on an extended tour of Asia and the Pacific in honor of Queen Elizabeth II's Diamond Jubilee. In Malaysia, Catherine made her first public speech abroad at a children's hospice, demonstrating her compassion and deep concern for the disadvantaged. In 2014, the royal family, along with Prince George, made their first official visit to Australia and New Zealand. George's naturalness, playful antics, and friendliness won the hearts of the locals. The trip, which was a mix of formal engagements and casual fun moments, has become one of the most popular royal events in the region. In the following years, Catherine gradually took on more responsibilities as a royal. She regularly appeared at official events and charity events, always maintaining a gentle, friendly, and cheerful attitude. Her approachability, simplicity, and humble background made it easy for the public to connect, not only because of her royal status, but also because of her true personality. After the death of Queen Elizabeth II in 2022, Catherine officially became Princess of Wales, a solemn title that she accepted with humility and composure, bringing a new breath of strength and warmth to the monarchy. William and Catherine have worked closely as a team, along with Prince Harry, to launch the Heads Together campaign in 2016, which aims to raise awareness of mental health issues. William has shared his personal experiences publicly, including his grief at the loss of his mother, Princess Diana, and the pressures he faced as an air ambulance pilot. His honesty is unusual for a royal and has resonated with many. In 2020, William launched the Earthshot Prize, an ambitious initiative to support innovative ideas to protect the planet that is not just about accolades, but about action. Each year, 5 winners are chosen to receive $1 million to turn their ideas into reality and contribute to environmental restoration. When King Charles began to suffer from health problems in early 2023, Prince William quickly took on more important responsibilities in the royal family. He regularly appeared at public events, gave convincing speeches, and demonstrated both serious and dignified leadership. Through his behavior and dedication, William demonstrated that he was ready to take on greater roles in the future, preparing for the day he would inherit the throne. In addition, William also pays special attention to meaningful goals that were once a concern of his mother, Princess Diana. He actively participates in the activities of Centerpoint, a charity that supports the homeless, and once experienced sleeping on the streets for a night to better understand the difficulties that homeless people face. These actions not only show deep empathy, but also serve as a touching continuation of his mother's legacy. At the same time, William and Catherine also constantly innovate their approach to the public through modern means such as Instagram, where they share daily moments, charity activities, and work updates. This approach helps them attract the attention of the younger generation while still maintaining the traditional and solemn features of the royal family, contributing to the modernization of the monarchy in a subtle and effective way. William is not in a rush to change everything at once. Instead, he is gradually introducing a new style of royal leadership that is caring, engaging, and stable. He has always respected the traditional values of the regime, while consistently planning for the future. With Catherine's support and companionship, William is forging a royal path that is both strong and deeply emotional. Many believe that in the not-too-distant future he will lead the monarchy in a new direction, characterized by empathy, harmony, and enduring inner strength. However, one big question remains. When will Prince William officially ascend the throne? How will it happen, and will he become king sooner than expected? In January 2024, a surprising event caused concern around the world. It was announced by Buckingham Palace that King Charles had been admitted to a London hospital for a routine checkup. Initially, it was thought to be a minor issue. Doctors were treating him for an enlarged prostate, a common condition in men his age. The public was reassured that King Charles was in good health and would make a speedy recovery. However, King Charles's health quickly became more serious than expected. During his care, doctors discovered an unexpected problem, forcing him to conduct more in-depth tests. In early February, Buckingham Palace officially announced the sad news that King Charles had cancer. Although the specific type of cancer was not disclosed, it was definitely not prostate cancer as initially predicted. The announcement shocked and aroused deep concern throughout the entire nation, causing many to express concern and pray for the king's health. However, it was later shared that the king had begun treatment and would be visiting the hospital weekly while still trying to stay active. Despite his serious illness, King Charles persevered and continued his work. Although he was not seen in public as often, he still carried out his royal duties in private. He read reports, made decisions, and remained active in running the country. While some public events were canceled, he continued to do his best. Queen Camilla assisted wherever needed, substituting for him at important meetings, her reassuring presence providing some comfort during this uncertain time. In March 2024, the king made his first public appearance at an Easter service in Windsor after a long absence. Many felt hopeful when they saw him. Despite looking a little tired, King Charles remained admirably calm. In April, Buckingham Palace announced that the king's health had improved markedly and that he would gradually return to royal duties. The news was a great relief to the public who had been closely following his progress. However, in March 2025, King Charles's health took a turn for the worse, requiring him to be briefly hospitalized due to side effects from his treatment. This led to the cancellation of several important events that had been scheduled. Despite the palace's continued positive statements about the king's health, public concern and questions about the true severity of his condition have grown. Despite this, King Charles has shown great resilience and responsibility in his role. Even during the most challenging times, he has continued to carry out his royal duties by signing documents, attending private meetings, and maintaining regular contact with the country. In May 2025, King Charles made a surprise visit to Canada, where he addressed Parliament and met with many high-ranking leaders. It was a proud moment demonstrating his commitment to international relations. However, the visit was much shorter than previous royal visits, leading some to question the king's true health. Meanwhile, Queen Camilla faced her own health issues during a tour of Australia and Samoa in October 2024. After feeling unwell, she was diagnosed with pneumonia in November and was forced to cancel many royal duties while she was treated. Although she recovered somewhat, the illness forced Queen Camilla to take a long break and was unable to carry out all of her daily duties. In December 2024, she was forced to cancel most of her plans for a visit by the Emir of Qatar, raising concerns about her health and the impact on the royal family. In April 2025, King Charles and Queen Camilla made a surprise trip to the Vatican, Italy, where they met with Pope Francis, who was also recovering from pneumonia. King Charles and Queen Camilla's visit to the Vatican coincided with their 20th wedding anniversary, making the occasion all the more meaningful. However, tragedy struck when just 12 days after this emotional meeting, Pope Francis passed away. The visit was particularly troubling as both leaders were dealing with serious health issues, leading to much speculation about the uncertain future of the royal family and the succession to the throne. As King Charles and Queen Camilla's health deteriorated, attention began to shift to Prince William. Speculation arose that the king would abdicate in favor of his son sooner than expected. In fact, Prince William took the initiative to take on more royal duties, appearing more frequently at public events, meeting international leaders and assisting his father in important tasks. He always showed composure and solid leadership, not loudly seeking attention, but quietly taking on greater responsibilities which earned him respect and admiration from the public as well as observers. The year 2025 will see some notable changes in the royal family as King Charles and Queen Camilla step back from the limelight, leaving Prince William in the spotlight. Many are beginning to feel that this is a sign of a new era, although no official announcement has been made. Historically, abdication by monarchs has been rare and always a memorable event. Giving up the throne is not only a political decision but also a powerful symbol, as the crown represents not only power, but also the promise, responsibility, and way of life associated with the role of head of state. A famous and touching example is the event in 1936 when King Edward VIII shocked the world by deciding to abdicate the throne. He did it not because of power or political pressure, but simply because of love. King Edward VIII chose to give up the crown to be with an American woman named Wallis Simpson, a divorcee, which was considered unacceptable for the monarch and head of the Church of England at the time. This decision shocked the public and forced the British government to quickly adjust the succession plan, creating an emotional and unforgettable historical moment showing that the power of love can surpass the throne. Today, the story of a monarch's abdication is still spoken of with respect and contemplation. King Charles III is currently facing significant challenges, particularly with his health, which has raised questions among the public about whether history could repeat itself. While his situation is different from King Edward VIII, who did not face such a personal decision, the idea of a monarch abdicating for whatever reason is still reminiscent of tumultuous royal history.
I think the girls with their nails done now.
Throughout history, not only King Edward VIII, but many other monarchs around the world have chosen to abdicate their thrones for various reasons. For example, in 1668, King John II Casimir Wasa of Poland abdicated due to political pressure and health problems that made him unable to continue his leadership role. A more recent example is King Juan Carlos of Spain, who abdicated in 2014 to hand over power to a younger generation, despite having been involved in a number of scandals that had previously drawn special attention to the royal family. Many British people are closely following King Charles's condition and are questioning whether he can continue to hold the throne in his poor health. However, Buckingham Palace has reassured the public that the king is still actively carrying out his duties. He is still involved in important matters, meeting with leaders and advising the country in a dedicated manner. Those close to him have also stressed that he is determined to maintain his role until his health allows him to do so. In early 2025, King Charles made a brief 20-hour visit to Canada, but the trip sent a powerful message of his resilience, passion, and determination. Despite its short duration, the visit was seen by many as a subtle sign that the king still had much to contribute and a will to serve his country. The affection and admiration of his people remains high, especially for his tireless efforts during difficult times. Cancer is a serious health concern, especially for an older person. The future is uncertain, and although there has been no official announcement of the monarch's abdication, it is widely understood that his son Prince William is the heir apparent. In recent years, Prince William has taken on more public responsibilities, interacting with world leaders, attending important events on behalf of the royal family, and carrying out his duties with calmness and grace. There is a growing belief that Prince William is being groomed for his future role as king. While there are currently no formal plans for the succession, signals from the royal family suggest that they are quietly strengthening the position of the next generation. While the rules of succession in the British monarchy are clear and have been established for centuries, the abdication of a king is a different story, legally complex and hugely symbolic. If King Charles were to abdicate, it would require approval not only from the UK, but also from the entire Commonwealth, including Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and the other countries where he is head of state. This would mean adjusting the laws and parliaments in each country, making the process lengthy and sensitive. A similar process occurred in 1936, when King Edward VIII abdicated to marry his beloved. Back then, the process was swift but careful to ensure the stability of the monarchy. If a similar event were to occur today, the legal media and public relations process would be much more complicated. Perhaps that is why the royal family is being cautious but proactive. Prince William and Princess Catherine are not only appearing more frequently in public, but are also taking an increasingly visible leadership role. They meet heads of state-support charitable causes and are constantly appearing as the public face of the modern royal family. A gentle but clear transition is underway. Against this backdrop, the international media has been closely following King Charles's every move since he announced he had cancer. Despite widespread speculation that he would soon abdicate, Buckingham Palace has repeatedly denied the rumors and urged the public to respect the monarch's privacy. Behind the scenes, however, preparations for the future have been quietly underway. It is the delicate balance between continuing to carry out current royal duties and preparing for a new era that makes this period so special and important in the modern history of the British monarchy. Thank you for watching until the end of the video. The story revolving around Prince William King Charles and the special revelation from Princess Anne certainly has many mysteries behind it. Is this a peaceful transfer of power, or are there secrets that have not been revealed? Don't forget to leave your opinion in the comments section and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the latest news about the British royal family. See you in the next videos.